Hey everyone, it's Dean. I've got Rose Kelly with me. Now, there's a lot of talk in the market at the moment with all the speed things are happening and discounting, and so what are your that service offering or lack of? Is it how is it at the moment?
Sure. Look, it's competitive to get listings. There's no doubt, because listings are selling relatively easy in a seller's market. But I think we need to be super careful at this time, particularly when there's different models appearing, both in agency practice and technology, that we have to stay very true to our service offering. And I think we need to be expanding our service offering at this time. We need to be really lengthening the time that we're delivering service with a client. If your real estate business is just about listing, selling and closing a sale, then I think that's not nearly enough. So we start working with people months before. We have
helping getting it ready. And
we project manage the preparation with people. We do the styling, the staging. We do, look, and in fact, everything in our business is now considered customer service if it's not direct selling. So even what people have traditionally thought of as admin, writing a receipt or following up with solicitors, that might be seen to be admin. For me, we've rebadged that in our business as customer service, and really focusing in on delivering and being seen to. I just had a really quick conversation with an owner last night. She said, Rose, I had no idea that you personally would go to the building and pest inspection. She said, that's an amazing thing for you. You're so busy. And I said, it's a time for me to really cement the sale. I just wanted to spend, so my assistant goes, but I called in and had 10 minutes with them. And that's part of my service to the seller, that I'm really cementing that relationship and making sure we're strong and,
So if anything happens from there, you've had a conversation with that buyer when they get their building and pest.
I want my relationship so strong with my buyers. That's the ultimate service I give my sellers.
Service, how's yours? Cheers. Hi everyone, it's Dean. I've got Rose Kelly. Now, she's a small micro agency. How's she competing with the big guns? What's the
Define
story?
big guns are, well. Anyway.
The franchise groups
big
and
groups,
the bigger groups.
Big groups,
where they
big
have
names.
somebody, even a marketing person that just does this, and a social media. How are you competing?
We used a lot of time and energy last year in becoming fully digitised, and and that's continually evolving. Like what was fully digitised last year is different this year. So, and we've in doing that.
Sorry, by fully digitised, like an example of the multiple
offer platform.
Offer platform.
Yeah. So what I was going to say is, technology is one thing, but we don't do anything digitally or tech-wise unless it's good for the client, good for the seller and the buyer first off. So we look at everything front-facing, like what's this experience like for the seller? What's this experience like for the buyer? And we're just constantly evolving and delivering and listening and talking to what they want. I mean, buyers want information, and they want it before they look at the property. They want, our buyers are seeing draft contract, title search, inspection reports, everything before they look at the property, and it's fully digitised on their phone. And I mean, they're just loving that. And then that also links into the offer portal, and to be able to say to an owner, we've actually verified the identity of everybody who's made an offer with an independent party, and they've put in their driver's license or passport, and they actually exist. So I don't feel concerned about taking an offer from somebody in Melbourne if we've had that identity check, and so it just is I guess how we use technology to not only streamline our experience, but to be responsive, to deliver what buyers and sellers want at the speed they want it, without killing ourselves. So,
that's a really good
managing our energy at the same time. Yeah.
Great point. Cheers. Hey everyone, it's Dean. I've got Rose Kelly with me, and I wanted to ask her. She's been a trainer, she's been in the industry 37 years, and she's gone back on the tools. I want to say it's a pretty fast pace, and it's a matter of you've got to learn new stuff. How have you gone with that? I think she's done fantastic, but I wanted to ask her.
It's good. I think it's been I knew I had to reinvent myself to
Yep.
some extent, and I wanted to do that.
Yep.
And you know, look, I've
Good
had
on
the
you.
privilege of working in some pretty high-tech environments
Yep.
in my career. So technology is something that I've always been quite passionate about. I'm super passionate about efficiency. So going in and operating a small business and completely eliminating administration from our
Yep.
business and being 100% focused on sellers and buyers, it's pretty cool. We're trying to use a lot of the digital marketing, but really focus it in on my own tribe. So, you know, the best of both worlds. So the
Yep.
traditional tribe mentality of my own core group of people,
Yep.
and that's working.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting a listing a week from that sort of past clients.
Yeah.
I sold 2 properties in the last 12 months for a client, and it was number 9 and number 10 for them.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm just constantly, I've had 2 referrals in the last month from a family, and I've done 3 transactions for them. And these are people that I'd sold real estate for 13, 14, 15 years ago that I've reconnected with.
Yeah.
But it's a lot easier in many respects to reconnect with people using social media. And look, there's no mystery. I'm 62, you know. I am in the Facebook market. That's us. That's
yeah.
us. My
Yeah.
husband has reconnected with all his old cronies and friends. You know, he's retired and he's a Facebook.
Yeah. Crony, yeah.
Yeah, he's a Facebook dude. You know, these days. And
So she's reinvented herself. She's gone out there. She's having a crack. She's got amazing amount of energy. And one of the other key things that we talked about was prop tech. That prop tech was there, but it was not there for the sake of something faster. That it was more put the shades on of what your customers want, and
Yep.
then see whether this will actually help them
Yep.
before you engage. So
Yeah,
it's not
sure.
just a matter of a new shiny toy. That it was much more about what the customers, because the customers are asking for it.
100%.
As in
They want
better
speed.
service.
They want
Yeah.
better service. They want to know what's going on.
Yep.
And they all want to communicate in different ways. So you
Yeah.
have to be quite versatile.
That's a good
the good thing is where we've used prop tech is to decide what we want to deliver.
Yep.
And then find the piece of technology.
Yeah.
And what I'm finding now is that I'm actually finding pieces of technology that are talking to each other better. Now, some of that I'm having to
Yep.
drive,
Yep.
but because we know how much we want something to deliver,
Yeah.
it's there and we're finding it.
Great point. Cheers.